think she's disappeared. Nah, I'm here. Let's go. Step onto the mic. Who's to know? Who's this shit with a bad man flow? Still with Jade, come still the show. From South London with the crew, you know. Recognize me? Can't you see it? This means knows my juicy patty. Original South girl, South family. I see. Can you just drop? Bars all day. Can't be top. Pour any resist. Can't be stopped. Can't touch me now. It's way too hot. My girls are way too hot. My boys, yeah, they're hot. My flow heavy hits the spot. Wanna show you what I got you lost. Oink. Listen now, Queen of South. Now bow down on your knees. Kiss the ground, cause on my head the crown is found. How does that sound? You like? Ride on couch, you ride, push bike. Sit on the front, talk pairs and spike. Till one of them loses or loses their life. That's not nice. I know, it's just banter, I just joke. Let's get serious, let it go. Poster said it on the frozen show. Just shot my first pole, now everybody know that little big Jade is about to blow. If you didn't know about how I roll, everyone in here, welcome to my show! Are you ready? Oh my God. Is that right tight? It's
right tight, left and loosey.
Right tight. Hello everyone! My name is Jade Granil and that's how you find me on Instagram and OnlyFans. I'm only joking, I don't have Instagram. Welcome to my show, which I've named 50 Shades of Jade. It's, like Meta said, it is such a special feeling and moment to be here because BYOB, Bring Your Own Bars, was the first open mic night that I attended. And I was inspired by everyone and fell in love with the community and the creativity and the family and all of the good stuff. Now my show does come with many topics. I talk about many topics that could be quite triggering. So I just want to let you know. And it's just so good to look around this room and have so many people that I love and care about. But for those people that don't know me, I guess I could start by telling you a secret that nobody knows. About this phobia I have that continues to grow. You see, this fear of mine has got me scared and I think help is what I'm needing. Because I'm not afraid of dying, I'm afraid of living. These suicidal thoughts have me wanting to commit murder, and at 4'11", I'm feeling 6 foot under. You see, the grave's still shallow, but I'm falling in deep, and I don't want to wake up from my 16-hour sleep, and even when I'm subconscious, I can no longer dream. And I'm staring blankly at the ceiling as my eyes start to weep, but it's time to get up for work because my alarm clock starts to beat. And my heart's pounding really fast because my anxiety starts to creep, so I just wake up, bake up, make up, smile, fake it, take it, say shit, oh, present, 2 friends a week and tell lies, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm alright, I'm fine. You see, the truth is, when COVID-19 hit the world, it didn't bother me at all. Lockdown imposed, and I'm happy to stay within my 4 walls. It's easy to self-isolate, no touching, 2 meters apart, because who would even want to be near me? I had no more heart. Stay back, keep your distance so the virus doesn't spread. But you see, the COVID couldn't do anything to me. I'm already living dead. I'm depressed. And nothing kills more than not wanting to live. And I don't need to take a test because I'm 100% negative. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. I'm counting the tears I've cried so many more. And having to wear PPE in public wasn't a big ask because 8 months prior to Corona, I'd already been wearing a mask.
Come on.
My friends and my family say I've been looking down, so I look up. And I still feel shit, and I still feel stuck. And so I look to the left, but nothing seems right. And I look to the right, but there's nothing left.
Come on, let them know.
I'm lost and I'm scared because the monsters aren't underneath my bed, they're in my head. And I've been refusing to look at myself in the mirror, but maybe the reflective glass will help me see things clearer. I hate what I see. See, the eczema is so bad, I'm carrying a lot more meat. Unwashed hair, unbrushed teeth, someone got me out of my misery. I'm dying, but I'm still trying.
Yeah. Come on.
a very, very long time ago. But I think it is important that I give you a little context if you care to listen, because I found myself in shit position. Because I knew what I felt about life, and it was shit, and it was crap back then. But when it comes to death, I'm not sure how I feel, but one thing's for certain, I'm real hard to kill. You see, the devil tried to get me, believe me, we tried, because I counted 3 times where I attempted suicide. There are 3 times where I should have died, 3 times where I made my family cry. There are 3 times where I shouldn't be alive, but there are 3 times where God chose me to live and to rise. Because the trauma I've been through is enough to fill your plate. I was homeless on the streets, I was drugged and then raped. I was sectioned to Springfield, that's a mental health facility, where I was locked up against my will. Yeah, they took the fucking liberty. I didn't even get to tell you about the abuse, about how the psychopath, my ex-boyfriend, had his hands around my neck mirroring a noose. 18 months of torture, mental, physical and emotional. No wonder why death became comfortable and I'm ready to end it all. You know that thing that they say that happens before you die, life flashes before your eyes? Nah, that didn't happen to me. But I was saved by a phone call when I tried to crash into that tree. Now, that time on the motorway with a bottle of vodka in hand, I nearly crashed into a family of 4, and lucky the brakes I slammed. Now, that time last year when I tried to jump in front of the train, I'm so grateful for that passerby that grabbed me because he could feel my pain. You see, I've been surrounded by demons, and including my own, I did fight. But I realised now I had to go through the darkness to see the light. So if you're ever in that place where you feel completely alone, just remember that there's one thing that they can't kill, and that's your unrelenting hope. Now, with all these traumatic and life experiences, you learn certain life lessons, and it took me 33 years to realise that not everybody's what they seem, can't help but think about all those nightmares I lived when I thought I was living a dream. So naive, so young and vulnerable to believe all the lies I was told by friends and lovers who thought loved me back, so I ended up giving up my soul. Don't be a fool and fall for the charm, then looks a distraction, just a disguise. Blinded by the love from the heart from the very start, and in the end you find there were just lies. Buried secrets, unhealed traumas, now manifesting, inflicting pain. Harmful in touch to hurt every little part of you, so now you can feel the same. Now some of you know who I'm talking about, but for those who don't have a clue, a narcissist is one of the nastiest. Just watch that Netflix series, you. I think being with a narcissist, I think it's so important to listen in general, just to listen to your gut. And everyone, can we stop putting a green light on their red flags, please? Stop putting a green light on their red flags, because it will cost you your mental health, your confidence, your soul. And once he has a hold of you, now he's got full control to gaslight and to manipulate. You see, you opened your heart and he went straight to your head. You opened your legs and now he's not moving from your bed. You think he's only fucking your pussy? No, he's fucking with your head. Stop it! And now your mind fucked and his ego's been fed. So if he doesn't feel right, it's wrong. If it doesn't feel right, it's wrong. Just like that time when I was working for a corporate recruitment company and I was the only female recruiter. You see, they called me dog eater, renamed me chink. Everyday racial abuse, they even wrote it in ink. Scribbled in a card that was signed by all staff, but it's just banter, and they looked at me and laughed. See, I stood up to them at first, and the sexist comments came second. My self-esteem became so low, so no longer did I check them. Now I'm crying in the work toilets because they're rating me out of 10. But I'm surrounded by ignorant white men, and no one came to defend. My family say, just deal with it, because it's a really good job to have, Jade. So I dealt with the microaggressions and the daily racist remarks. I listened to my family and I stayed. Another example of why it's so important to listen to your gut feeling. And another life lesson, people, please. Don't people please. Don't people please. Say it again. Another life lesson, people please. Don't people please. You see, the hooded eyes couldn't hide the judging eye rolls because of how I rolled. And if you keep playing life like you play Tetris, you'll soon find out that once you fit in, you disappear. And I don't want to play that game, boy. I'm a game changer.
Come on. Let him know.
And you can't be heard if you follow sheep. See, you've got school, career, marriage, kids repeat. I'm not about to recycle somebody else's cycle. So if I have to be the sheep, I mean, I do have the bars. If I have to be sheep, I'll happily continue being the black one. And maybe just one day I'll end up being the goat. So again, I learned a lot from the racism that I experienced, with the most important lesson being, if you don't use your voice, somebody else is going to abuse your silence.
Oh.
I know, isn't it?
What?
Sorry, okay. So I want to take a moment to say, free Palestine, free Sudan, free Congo, free the people, Muslims in China, and fuck you oppressors, fuck you settlers, fuck you Zionists, fuck you racists, and fuck you fascists. So, after my experience with a narcissist, my bar for men was still set very, very low. So even the guys that I did allow to follow were still a bit no-no. Honestly, I feel like I've dated both types of genitalia, the dicks and the cunts.
Say it again.
And it was the last fuckboy that had the privilege of meeting my pom-pom that inspired this next song.
Let them know.
Innit? I will let them know. It's a
Come on.
camera. Let me see. Yeah, come on, you know, innit? So, I'm gonna say, who is it? Oh yeah, Diego from Mitcham.
Fucking Diego from Mitcham. Fuck you.
Bitch.
Let them know.
Diego from Mitcham. I found out the real name. Ricardo.
Please let them know.
From Mitcham.
Hey, she's dangerous.
Hold on. Let me check.
Let them know.
Hello?
Ah, this one.
Now, some of you know this song. It's called the Pussy Song. It's quite explicit. It's very vulgar, and I don't care because he said he don't eat Japanese food, he don't like raw sushi, but I was on my period when he ate my pussy. He loved that fishy taste. Was like it really hairy. He was eating and drinking up blood. It was freaking scary. Dirty, so I gave him my juice. Got his mate that liquor to my cooch. That was his side now, he's feeling no news. Drinking up Jade's home and not your hooch. It will live it up, drunk, you can fly. Keep it coming back, thought a second try. This charge tastes like vegan pie. Can't keep it up, bone and just died. That erectile dysfunction you have is a problem of yours, not mine. You see, sex was good, I'm not gonna lie, but it only lasted 3 minutes of my time. I would bend me over, pull my hair, yeah, that was fine. But don't get twisted, you should have just fitted. You ain't packing 9 inches, more like 5. I really feel. I grind. And it's fine. But I need a 9. I'm 10. Intelligent and head. He said he don't eat Japanese food. He don't like the raw sushi. But I was on my period when he ate my pussy. He loved that fishy taste. Must like it really hairy. He was eating and drinking up blood. It was freaking scary. We say fuck you. liability. And you'll never grow if he hasn't reached maturity. But ladies, we've got to take some responsibility and accountability for the decisions that we make. Now, I must admit that when a fuckboy starts love bombing, it's hard to tell if it's real or fake. So it's important who we spend our time with and where we invest. Because yes, a credit card can buy you dinner, but he's got 0% interest.
Bars!
And now he's online, banking, if he can tap that, swiping on multiple apps, knowing full well if he was a booty call you, you'd be well happed and go running back. And fair enough, if you're happy with those terms and conditions and the transactions you've made, but if you're wanting a more fulfilling relationship and a more deeper connection, just getting laid isn't a fair trade. And when you start to devalue your worth, it will never make sense. Because he's promised you a life of happiness and wealth, but only showing you his riches and pence. So if he has insufficient funds to make you feel loved, secure, seen and cared for, don't be going bankrupt for somebody who's incapable of giving you more. Ah, but I see you're addicted to the drama. You're addicted to the drama, and that's the thing. Because you know that that's not your king, but tell me, how are you going to get over him if you keep bending over for him? See, a lack of love and effort can be taxing. And so that's why I'm here, to remind you, because sometimes we need a little bit of help to realise that the biggest return of investment will always be the one you make with yourself. So, goodbye fuckboys. Goodbye people pleasing, and hello healthy boundaries. Hello to living a life how I want to live. When you start loving yourself and start showing yourself the respect that you deserve, you level up. And everyone around you profits. And it's simply because they're getting the best version of you. I changed. I transformed. I know, I'm gonna try it! I mean, I did say it was 50 Shades of Jade.
Come on.
It's alright, it's okay. It's okay. So now, when I look in the mirror, I love what I see. You see the eczema's cleared up, and I'm loving the extra meat. Glossy black hair, pearly white teeth. Somebody put me on the cover of a magazine.
Come on.
I'm thriving, and I'm still rising. Woo. So, now I know everything I've said about men so far. You probably think I hate men, and it's quite the opposite. I love men. I love you guys. However, there is one man in this room who I am utterly and completely in love with. And I'm not going to embarrass him by calling him to the stage, but I am going to point at him, and he's over there! He's over there! Stand up, baby, stand up!
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up! We've known each other for 2 decades, so this is 20 years in the making. And our chemistry has got us rewriting history. And I'm so happy that we reconnected. Because we really do have it made. You see, he's loving all the colours on me. It's 50 Shades of Jade. One word, 4 letters, beginning with L. Love, and my illicit drug. Remarkable and extraordinary, he's my best friend, bringing music to my ears and my heart. No longer a solo act, this is a duet. And our symphony brings harmony. This is the sound of love. This is art. And it's an art to masterpiece. Never have I ever felt so seen, so heard, so cared for, so loved. And the intimacy, He's into me. And tuning into my frequency frequently, he released the freak in me. And tuning in to my frequency frequently, he released the freak in me. And our bottomless love has got us serving up a buffet of blessings, energy connection, sincere affection, self-reflections, reawakening, the spiritual alignment. He knows I'm more than just a snack. I'm the whole goddamn menu. And he's having it all. It's just me and you. I love you, baby! To Uranus and back. There's one thing that, well, many things that Liam did do for me, and it was to help heal what he didn't break. And there are so many beautiful people in here who also did the same thing, helped heal what they didn't break. And when I was a bitch, a cunt, when I was disgusting and rude and nasty and obnoxious and all of the horrible things, these guys, my beautiful friends and family, opened their doors. They cooked for me, they fed me, provided shelter, they dropped off packages at the mental hospital, they dropped off groceries when I was living in the hostel, the visits at the mental hospital, the calls, the texts, the motivational speeches, the forgiveness. I love you guys, honestly, and I'm so happy that you're here to share this night with me, honestly. Yeah, they all give me life. And who else gives me life? Are the children in my life. I love my cousins and my nieces and my friends' babies, but I've decided not to have any children of my own. And it's one of the main reasons is that I'm just so fulfilled being an auntie. I'm so content feeling like having the relationships that I do have with my cousins and my nieces. And even though I didn't give birth to them, they're still my children. That's how I see them. And I want to talk about my baby cousin, one beautiful little girl called Gabriella Faith, also known as Gabby. You see, on November 19th last year, Gabby went to the hospital, but she didn't come back out. And Gabby didn't have cancer, and she didn't have a terminal illness, and she wasn't dying. She just had a temperature one day, and got taken to A&E. And then, till this day, we still don't know what the fuck happened at the multiple hospitals she was at. But her passing sent shockwaves throughout our whole family and shattered our hearts. You see, Gabby was 3. And we only just celebrated her 4th birthday 10 days ago in the place where we laid her to rest. And we don't call it cemetery or grave, we call it Gabby's garden. And out of all the traumatic things I've experienced, the rape, the abusive relationship, the depression, the racism, homelessness, out of all of those, this by far is the most traumatic, this by far is the most excruciating pain I've ever felt. Because it's not just my pain, I'm now watching my whole family crumble and fall apart. I was with my sister when she got the call from my cousin Eloisa about the news of Gabby's passing. I just saw my sister's face, and my sister was just like, no. And I remember just running to the bathroom, and I threw up in the bathtub, I threw up in the sink, I threw up on the floor, I threw up on myself. I just couldn't believe it. And I'd spent, I couldn't believe it.
You got this, girl.
Come on.
Yeah. That night we went to, that night all of our family went down to go see Gabby when she passed that night. And the first person I saw, there was about 20 of us, but the first person I saw was my auntie, Gabby's mummy. she just kept on saying, I'm sorry. And I didn't understand quite why she was saying that. And then I went into the room and we saw Gabby laying there and she was wrapped up in white. And then I understood, because you just see her little body and all you could say is, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Gabby. Because like, this little body had to endure so many chest compressions and the wires that were inserted, and there were so many. After Gabby passed, I spent 3 days at my sister's, and then it was time for me to go home. And then I remember going into my flat and closing the door. And it was only 2 weeks ago that, she was just at mine. Before Gabby passed, she was at mine 2 weeks before, and we were painting and pumpkin carving. And she was with her friends and her cousins and her mum, dad, brother and sister. And then it hit home that she'll never be coming home. And I dropped to my knees and I just screamed at the top of my lungs, she was just here! She was just here! Oh my God. After all the praying, after all the Sunday services, after all the worshipping, after all the praisings, the offerings, the sacrifices. And yes, I know that life is unfair. And yes, I know bad things happen to good people. I understand that. And yes, I know that a relationship with God isn't transactional like that. But you're telling me that my God is so good, so powerful, my Saviour couldn't save her? And yes, maybe God didn't want her closer to him in heaven. And yes, maybe she was too good for this earth. Maybe. But no, this isn't a gift. And this isn't a blessing. And this isn't a lesson. And this isn't meant to be. And this isn't fate. This is a fucking mistake. God fucked up. He took the wrong one. And so yeah, I'm beefing with God right now. Because I'm finding it very hard to come to peace with what's happened. You know, God must have some fucking twisted, sick sense of humour. Because one of Gabby's favourite films was Frozen. And she was kept frozen in her frozen room. And when we laid her to rest, it was in her frozen dress. And you see, Gabby used to pick me flowers from my dad's garden, and now I'm picking flowers for her garden. Nah. See, either God fucked up, or he is just fucked up, or both. You know, is he ever remorseful for the pain that he's caused, not just to me, but my family, but to the world? Does he ever regret his decisions? And then I saw a quote by the author C.W. Lewis, who wrote the Chronicles of Narnia, and he said, he sat down with his anger long enough until she revealed her name, Grief. Grief. See, grief isn't linear. Grief really does come in waves. And there are days where I'm absolutely drowning. See, grief to me isn't just anger. Grief is more like a shapeshifter, because grief is guilt. Grief is, what else? Grief is a stalker. Grief is insomnia. Grief is forgetting to eat. Grief is watching Gabby's videos continuously on repeat. Grief is witnessing your whole family, including the kids, break down in so much pain. And grief is reliving your last moments with Gabby over and over again. And see, grief will have you sitting in silence with the loudest thoughts. And grief doesn't care if it leaves you devastated or distraught. See, grief will have you crying in the most random of places, and grief is now anxiety in what was once now safe spaces. See, grief is real, and it will teach you that in this case, time doesn't heal. And grief is post-traumatic stress, because grief, it never leaves, it never rests. So I no longer fight, but I invite grief to sit down with me. Because when I'm grieving, I'm thinking of Gabby. When I think of Gabby, I'm thinking about how beautiful she is, how remarkable she is, how special she is, how funny, how intelligent, how magical she is. And if the grief is for Gabby, then grief is ultimately love. Grief is courage. Grief is strength. Grief is hope, and grief is faith. Grief is a reminder that not only did Gabby pass away, but she lived. And we can never ever forget her, because in her 3 years, she gave us so much to remember. What I miss about Gabby is her. There's many things I miss, but I miss her voice. And she used to sing to me all the time. So I'm going to do the same thing to her. I'm going to sing for her. Now, I can't sing, so I've left the vocals in.
You can.
No, I can't sing. No, we tried this. No, I know my limits. I know my skills. I'm more of a rapper. This song is very special. I sang it to her when she had passed away. I sang it to her in the hospice. I sang it to her at the funeral home. I sang it to her when when we were able to bring her home for one night. And I sang it to her when we were lowering her down into her final place of rest. I'm also going to dedicate this song to Mr. William Oxley. It's my mister's dad, who last year he passed away as well. So yes, I'm going to dedicate that. And then without further ado, I think we could start, but you need to put the volume up loud so you don't hear me, okay? I am going to sing loud though, even though I can't sing. I am going to sing loud. I am going to sing loud. Oh, actually, wait. Let me give this. You can sing loud anyways.
Volunteering people.
I hope it's on.
Yeah. Hello? You need to put that volume up loud if you can, yeah? I don't want to hear me. I won't grab you to that.
She will make you, she will hear you. She will. Someone gather you.
This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. All I have within me, I give you, welcome to the stage, Gabriella's godmothers. And I will and I will live for you. And I will live, and I will live for in Filipino means night. So Gabby, this isn't goodbye, this is just good night. Gabby, my dearest Gabby, I'm so sorry I couldn't save your life, but thank you for saving mine. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.